Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? Joe's the vibe. You already know mine. Another episode or segment or whatever we call these. You already know what it is. Controversial conversation in your airways. All right, I'm trying something new. Don't hate, don't hate. But anyways, man, so we've been trying to stay consistent with this. 2025 is upon us. Happy New Year to everybody out there. I hope you're enjoying your time. I hope that you found nice things to get into that are making you feel worthy of going into a new year, man. So, anyways, today I want to talk about something that I don't normally do. I don't really talk about things that are too time relevant anymore. I like to make things like episodic to where it feels like, okay, it feels good that you're talking about this and preparing us for maybe something. But I want to talk about something very, very interesting. So I don't know how familiar you guys are with the TikTok ban and everything that's been going on, but I want to talk about this weird, weird ass thought that I had, right? So I don't really know how to talk about it other than to just get into it. So here we go. This right here is a crazy, diabolical, strategic thing that I hope is not happening in the background and I hope has not been going on in front of our eyes. But I want to talk today about Elon, Trump, and TikTok and a long game to control social media and the youth. All right, so imagine this. Trump doesn't ban TikTok, he saves it. But this isn't about TikTok. This is about reshaping the social media landscape, flipping the narrative on the Democrats, and making a long play for the youth vote. And guess who's helping him? Elon Musk. All right, so let's break it down. Let's set the stage. All right, so right now, TikTok is under fire. So the official story is a national security threat because of its ties to China. And there's politicians on both sides who are debating whether ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, should be forced to sell its US operations or face a ban. But what if this isn't about security? What if this is a chess move in a much bigger game? One aimed at controlling the platforms where culture, money, and politics collide. Let's talk about why TikTok matters. TikTok isn't just an app, it's the app. It's where Gen Z gets their news, discovers trends, and forms opinions. It's also where companies and political campaigns spend billions to reach the next generation. Controlling TikTok means controlling the narrative, and that's a prize too big for anybody to ignore. All right, so let's keep breaking it down. Let's talk about Trump's national security setup. And I use air quotes because I'm saying setup. All right, so by pushing the TikTok ban, Trump frames himself as the defender of American interests. The rhetoric is strong, right? We can't let China control our data or our future. For his base, it's a win. But here's the twist. What happens if the Supreme Court delays the ban deadline and Trump steps in to negotiate a deal instead of enforcing the ban? So picture this. Trump brokers a compromise where TikTok stays, but with oversight or US based data centers. Suddenly, he's not just tough on China, he's the guy who saved TikTok for millions of Gen Z users. And the narrative flips. It goes from I fought for your freedom to keep your platforms alive because the Democrats are no longer trying to do that. It is a brilliant political optic, right? Oh man. Oh, you're asking about the Elon Musk factor. Gotcha. So let's talk about the Elon Musk factor. All right. So when he bought Twitter, he didn't just disrupt the platform, he destabilized the entire social media landscape. Twitter, now X, went from being the central hub of free speech to a chaotic mess. Advertisers left, users migrated, and platforms like TikTok filled the void. I want to talk about something very interesting real quick. Twitter, or X, was legitimately the only true free speech platform that we had. The way that you could mobilize and organize on there, the way that you could break through the propaganda, the way that you were able to get your news and the statistics and the information and the data or whatever it was in real time was incredible. that was the greatest free speech social media platform that we had. And then the world's richest man bought it and silenced us and turned it into some bullshit. And that is the truth. But let's go a little bit deeper. So here's where it gets interesting, right? Because Elon's actions cleared the way for TikTok to dominate as the go to platform for trends, culture, and discourse. So, whether intentional or not, Elon set the stage for Trump to pivot on TikTok and claim it as a victory for free speech and American values. So, is this coordinated chaos? What if this wasn't a coincidence? Elon's public alignment with Trump on issues like free speech raises questions. Did Elon's chaos with X create the perfect opportunity for Trump to position himself as the savior of TikTok? Think about it. Elon disrupts, Trump capitalizes, and together they reshape the social media narrative. So let's visualize the power play. See, this isn't just a TikTok story. It's about using the platforms where young people spend their time to shift cultural and political power. The Democrats, well, now they're left scrambling to explain why they supported banning the app that millions love. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The youth vote play. This is about more than TikTok. It's about reaching a generation that has largely rejected Trump's politics. See, he can position himself as the hero who saved TikTok. He might not win them over completely, but he could neutralize their hostility or lower their turnout for Democrats. And in a tight election, that is all he needs. So, social media as the new battlefield. See, social media platforms aren't just tech companies, they're battlegrounds for culture and politics. And controlling the narrative on TikTok means shaping the way millions of people think, vote, and engage with the world. Trump and Elon are playing chess here, and everyone else is playing checkers. So we need to talk about the Democrats' dilemma. If the Democrats push for the ban, they risk alienating Gen Z. If they don't, they let Trump control the narrative. It's a no-win situation unless they find a way to flip the script fast. So let's talk about the call to action. This isn't just about TikTok or Trump or even Elon. It's about how the platforms we use every day are being weaponized for political gain. We need to start asking the tough questions. Who really benefits from these moves? How do we protect free speech without letting it be exploited? And most importantly, how do we organize to ensure that we, the people, control the narrative, not the billionaires or the politicians? All right, so what do you think? Is this a coincidence? Or are we watching a master plan unfold? And if it's the latter, how do we counter it? Let's talk about it.